Today, I'm revealing a secret that your favorite cable news commentator doesn't want you to know about the 2024 election. Stay tuned and prepare to be shocked. 6 out of 10 Americans doubt the mental capability of Biden and Trump. That's the new poll that came out of the Associated Press, NORC, which is out of Chicago University. My name is Tim Black. Welcome to Calling It Out. A new poll finds that a significant number of U.S. adults are not very happy about their choices in the upcoming election. Why shouldn't people be concerned? We got Joe Biden at 81 years old, oldest president ever. And he's doing this all the time, it seems.
He'd encourage Russia to, quote, do whatever the hell they want. I guess I should clear my mind here a little bit and not say what I'm really thinking, but let me be clear.
And I don't think it's crazy to hope that Trump knows she's running against Biden, not Obama.
We will restore peace through strength. Get that war settled. It's a bad war. And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word today. You heard that, nuclear.
Donald Trump over the weekend once again thinking he's running against Barack Obama.
So, of course, we got Donald Trump at 77, which is no spring chicken, and people have the same concerns about him. We got 80% of independent voters who are not comfortable in Joe Biden's age. We got policy questions, too. People wondering what's up with the immigration, what's up with the foreign affairs. They don't like their money going to Ukraine, don't like their money, all their money going to fund the war. A lot of Americans upset about that. They don't like what's going on in Gaza, what's happening with the Palestinians. Some people concerned about climate change. But what I'm saying, there's something that's overarching above all of that. And that's people not being confident in just the basic cognitive ability of either one of these candidates. And that's something that you just can't dismiss. So my thing is, we got the cable news people all commenting about how, oh my God, what's wrong with black voters? Why aren't black voters more excited about Biden? He's old. That's one reason. And that's another reason not to be excited about Trump. He's old too. And the average American is thinking that. It's in the back of their mind. Isn't that enough for people to not be excited about this election? Yeah, it's enough. It absolutely is enough to feel that the person, whoever you're choosing, is not going to be, up for the job. And I love how people are coming out saying they don't like the polls. People hate the polls when the polls don't say what they want the polls to say. But when them polls are saying what they want them to say, that's all I hear all day. Look at the polls. Look at the polls. Look at the polls. I'm thinking I'm at Magic City the way they keep talking about these polls. 38% of Americans approve of Joe Biden's performance, which means 61% disapprove. That's a lot of disapproval. I don't care who you are. Now, it's true, about 74% of Democrats are happy with Joe Biden. But people are disapproving pretty broadly across the spectrum when it comes to immigration, foreign policy, climate change, economy. Those things matter too. So when I have to sit back on a weekend and watch cable news on CNN or MSNBC after cable news person, tell me how black people aren't doing their job. Tell me what's wrong with young people, or what's wrong with the women, or what's wrong. Well, maybe what's wrong is no one at all is very excited about their options.
And I think what we're missing is the fact that disinformation is having an outsized impact on black people's perceptions of this president and his record, as well as suppressing enthusiasm for the president. And that's something that the party hasn't yet quite figured out how to solve for that issue. I mean, they're dumping a lot of money on television, but that's not where, the disinformation is. It's in our feeds now. So my advice would be, do something bold, go big. The party is run by black men. I mean,
say what? What are you talking about?
You tripping.
Right.
Go big. The party is run by black men. I mean, commit to, new resources to a new program.
Why are we considering a third-party candidate? And a lot of Americans are. But also a lot of Americans aren't, because a lot of Americans don't even know who they are. Look, folks, I was floored. There are people that don't know who Dr. Cornel West is. They don't know who Jill Stein is. They have no idea RFK's running because they haven't been given a platform. See, when you don't give people a platform, it's easy to dismiss them. We got a candidate by the name of Claudia De La Cruz that is much more exciting than AOC ever was. And she's not even given a platform to have the conversation so people can hear what she has to say. You know how many Democrats didn't even know that Dean Phillips, Marianne Williamson were on the ballot? Many. And then you say, why aren't people excited? Well, there's been no conversations. There's been no news. There's been no coverage. There's been no access to the airwaves for most of the candidates that could run, that could make noise. And then you say, why aren't people excited? You got candidates that are over the hill, ready to go into retirement homes. And then you got a lack of coverage by corporate media who are afraid it may detract from Joe Biden. And then you got the nerve to say, out of your face, what's wrong with everyone? And the worst people, the worst ones are the black ones, like Jason Johnson, that are saying, what's wrong with black men? Why aren't black men excited? Then they want to blame Killer Mike. How stupid is that? You want to blame a rapper for your inappropriate or your insufficient performance of your candidate, your inability of a multi-million-dollar political party to influence, to excite, to stimulate an electorate. You know what the Democrat Party needs to do? They need to hire Keith Lee. You need to hire Keith Lee, get Keith Lee, and maybe he could get some people to come to your doors. Because my understanding is Keith Lee is like he goes out to a restaurant, he does a review, and all of a sudden it turns around for him. That's what you need to do. You need to go out and get Keith Lee. That's right. Get Keith Lee to go out and talk to Joe Biden and get people to stimulate it. Because if I got to hear another political pundit, somebody paid millions of dollars by the corporate media structure, come out here and blame Killer Mike or Cardi B or 50 Cent or Public Enemy or some other non-political figure for what's going on with the Democratic Party, instead of looking at Joe and saying, yeah, Joe can't really complete a sentence. Yeah, and Joe was Mr. Mass Incarcerator. And Trump he got a lot of indictments over his head. Maybe they don't want a guy that, is jumpsuit ready, regardless of what kind of shoes he has. Like maybe the whole landscape is garbage. Maybe the whole situation's garbage. Or maybe people just aren't excited about our electoral college fake democracy BS we got going on. There are a number of reasons why people may not be excited about this upcoming election. And I mind you, this is in a country where only 45% of Americans already don't vote. But people are acting surprised. What the hell are you surprised about? I'm trying to figure it out. Tell me what you're surprised about and tell me why you're surprised. This is the most important election of our lifetimes. That shit ain't working? What? You don't say. The Democrats have cried that wolf ticket every election since I was 2. Every election since Clinton has been the most important election of our lifetime. And what's wrong? People not buying it anymore? Had to run out sometime. Can't win them all. 57% of Americans don't like the economy. And people keep telling me, we got this great infrastructure package. And I'm like, dog, I looked at the infrastructure package. It's great if you fix a couple bridges. I'm supposed to be excited about electric battery chargers when I don't have no damn electric car. And don't tell me I'm supposed to be excited about $10,000 of student debt being erased from people that had $100,000 worth of it. That means they still got 90 left. But that's supposed to be exciting. Why? Because Simone Sanders said so. Yeah, you should be pumped up about it because Rachel Maddow and Joe Reed and Wolf Blitzer or Anderson Blooper thinks it is. No, I don't think that's how that works. I think we get to tell you what we like. I think the people get to tell you if they like your policy and if your policy impacts their lives. I don't think it's the other way around, Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, I think it's the people that decide if what Biden's done is worthy of them coming out and getting their ass off the couch. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm for people getting off the couch. But I say get off the couch and go vote for Dr. West. If you're going to be disappointed, at least pick a new person. Biden's too old, so is Trump, and that's what people are. It's not a conspiracy. It's reality. You know? It's not the Russians. It's not China. It's Father Time. It's the big clock in the sky that keeps on ticking. Just ask my hairline. See any hair up there? It wasn't the Russians. It was time. 57% of Americans think the national economy is somewhat or much worse off than before Biden took office in 2021. That makes people not be excited about voting. Okay? That's enough right there. That does it. If it was just that, if you said, hey, my money ain't right, you're like, okay, I understand. But no, not today. That's not enough. That's not a good enough reason. It will be a good enough reason for everything else that people do in life. If you got up and you were like, you know what, I'm deciding to walk off a cliff. They say, well, why'd he do it? His money wasn't right. He was pissed off about his finances. People be like, okay, I get that. People do that. But no, for some reason, these morons on cable news don't think it's reasonable that people are upset or lack excitement about an election when they feel their money isn't being, adding up. The numbers ain't adding up. They're like, oh God, I don't know what's going on. I can't figure it out. What's going on? What do you think? Anderson Cooper, what do you think's going on? I don't know. Joy Reid, I just can't get it. Both of the candidates are old as hell. The economy's jacked up. We send the money to Ukraine and Israel. And then we got these two guys who would basically do the same thing. Both of them would do the same damn thing. Both of them would send money to Ukraine, and both would send money to Israel. Now, I might not be sure about Trump and the Ukraine thing, but he damn sure would send money to Israel. In fact, he'd double his money sent to Israel. So it would be a wash, wouldn't it? And then you have the audacity to, with a straight face, to send Simone Sanders out here and Dr. Jason Johnson and these other lying-ass corporate shills out here to act as if black people are losing their damn minds because they're not excited about Joe Biden? 38% of Americans approve of Joe Biden, which means 61% disapprove of him. That is not a good number. Now, I will admit, 74% of Democrats like Joe Biden, but see, Democrats don't decide elections. Independents do. And 80% of the independent voters don't think Biden should do the job. They don't trust him because he's old. They're not talking about how he sniffs women's hairs because they stumbled upon some RT America site. Nah, it's because he's older than the compact disc. Okay? He's older. He's 8-track tape deck old. Okay? That's it. That's the problem. That's all it is. Well, that's a start. There's other things, but that right there, kind of a big deal for most Americans. And it's not getting the consideration it deserves. And instead, what we're getting is finger-pointing by the establishment. And I'm not the only person that's tired of it. I think we're all tired of it at this point.
So offensive to me. I love that Jon Stewart is back, but what's so offensive to me is there's a difference between age and intelligence. Vitality. There's a difference between age and vitality. Yeah. There's a difference between age and really being up on things and having that quickness of wit.
And please, can somebody do me a favor? Run down to The View and tell the ladies of The View, Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin, that nobody, and I do mean nobody, believes that Joe Biden being 81 years old is an asset.